I think they're saying you're the first kicker to make the Pro Bowl your first 2 years. And when you think of all the kickers who've been in this league, and be the first to do that, is that even more meaningful to be named this year with that hanging there?
Yeah, it's a big honor to be named Pro Bowl by peers and fans and just the media. It just means a lot to me. It's a really cool honor and something that I don't take lightly, and going to keep working to hopefully make that 3 as well.
John Fassel found you, obviously is really empathetic for you. This could be his last game too, coaching. Has your mind, here with the Cowboys, has your mind gone there and just about the potential of not being with him next year?
Yeah, absolutely. He's been huge for my development, for my confidence, obviously bringing me in here and giving me a big leash, attempting long field goals all season, basically from my first preseason. So he's been awesome. He's an incredible coach. Hopefully he's back with us next year, but obviously at the end of a professional season, the team doesn't come back 100% of the guys. So it's something you deal with every year, and hopefully there's not too much turnover and we get Brian, Trent, and Bones back specifically for me, because those are the 3 most important for me. But being a Pro Bowler as a kicker, you've got 11 guys protecting for you, 10 guys protecting for you, and even more throughout the season coming in and filling in. So just like to have as many guys as possible back.
Brandon, what did you enjoy most about the Pro Bowl campaigning?
I didn't do a whole lot of it this year. It's just leaving it to Trent. We need to get Trent in there somehow, and it's long snapper is a hard position to judge off of stats. I don't know exactly what it looks like, what the best long snapper in the league looks like, but to me it's Trent. He's really consistent with his ball placement, his protection. You just never really hear his name in the broadcast, and that's kind of the epitome of being a good long snapper.
Did you have a favorite video or post?
Oh yeah, he's the original one from last year. The 3 golf guys just doing the ridiculous dance as they go to swing. That's my favorite still.
Brandon, were you able to enjoy the Pro Bowl last year, or were you too sick?
Yeah, exactly. I was kind of bedridden. I had appendicitis, and the doctor wanted to pull it out before going to the Pro Bowl, but obviously that would have meant I couldn't go. So I just took some antibiotics and tried to muscle my way through it. But yeah, I didn't really get much time to enjoy it out there since I was pretty sick. So excited to get back and actually go enjoy it.
In hindsight, if you would have known that you would have gone again, would you have maybe gotten the appendix surgery before? Or?
No.
Yeah.
At the end of last season, obviously each season going forward, it's about replicating. So going after last season, you got the Pro Bowl. Now you wanted to replicate the success you had. You've obviously done that. So going into 2025 and beyond, is it simply about replicating, or are there things that even you look at and you want to tweak and improve going forward?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to make every kick that I get an opportunity to take out there. So that means constantly practicing, making sure I'm sharp come next training camp, and getting the best foot forward, whether that's with a new group of specialists or the same guys. If it's the same guys, it's easy to get in a groove. You just kind of the first snap back, you just get that timing down, and you go from there. So it's never really about your past success in the NFL. It's all about what you're doing today, and things change really quickly. So hopefully I can stay on top of it. If I get a new group, start working with those guys right away. If I got the same guys, then just, like you said, replicate it.
Brandon, when you look back at these first 2 seasons in the NFL, do you feel like there was ever a point that you were in a slump?
No, not necessarily a slump. I'd say no.
How have you avoided that?
Just consistency throughout the work week, make every work week the same. Show up and keep my pads on. We do shells practices and we do shorts practices. As a kicker, anytime I'm kicking, I want to be in pads, whether or not my body feels good or not. Just keep that same weight and balance as I'm going through my kicks. Without the pads, it's a different motion. It's not the same. Try and feel that same pressure every week with the field goal period. Obviously, we cut our field goal period in the winter, so like the last 4 weeks we haven't had a field goal period with the team. So trying to build that pressure into my practice as much as possible. Stu does a good job. Our assistant coordinator comes over and just talks crap and tries to distract me. So it's the best way we can simulate pressure in practice.
Any crap talk you can share?
I'll give between the 2 of us.
Given the names that have graced both the Cowboys at kicker and just in the NFL in general, has it sunken in yet that you're the first to get 2 consecutive Pro Bowl nods?
Not yet. Probably more in the off season, which is a couple days away for us. I'll start to think about what happened throughout the season and where I stand, and you look around and see who's still here and whatnot. Just all that reflection comes after the season. Like, still got one game left, and focused on that, and hopefully go make our kicks and put a good show on film for the guys that need another contract.
To what extent have you exceeded your own expectations for when you signed your first NFL contract?
Yeah, absolutely. When I signed my first contract, I just wanted to be here for regular season, and then from there, I just wanted to be here week 2, wanted to be here week 3, and obviously still here, and that's still the goal for next season, is to be here next season, and at some point get a second contract is the biggest thing on my mind. But going into next week, all it is just kicking field goals.
What was the most exciting part of putting this children's book together?
Yeah, that was just kind of getting a chance to flesh out and think back on my story, because like I said, season's a whirlwind. You don't have a lot of time to reflect, so that kind of forced me to sit back and reflect on everything and what kind of made me successful throughout my time and what made me unsuccessful and my failure at the MLS level. So just the reflection was pretty cool, and then getting to hear from, so my wife actually played a big part in writing the book with me. Hearing her point of view fleshed out was pretty cool as well.
And just what does it mean to know that that book is going to have an influence on so many young minds and helping them to understand that, hey, just keep going?
Yeah, it's cool. For me, I always looked up to athletes as a kid and took their words to heart, their actions, and watched their body language on the field and in the press room. Just so to have an impact on kids, hopefully I can be a positive role model and put out a story that someone can attach themselves to and work hard to achieve their dreams.
I know back in the Baltimore week we were able to talk with you a little bit about Justin Tucker and potential comparisons. Obviously one of the greatest kickers in the history of the league. 2 years in here now, do you have any big picture, long-term goals about wanting to be one of the best to ever do it?
No, I just want to be here next year.
Thanks, Brandon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.